keep up to date with our latest videos, please hit the subscribe button below. Hi, welcome to this video from racingbetdata.com. I'm just going to take you through some of the recent additions that we have made to the pre-race download file. So you can navigate to this file from the main homepage by using the top menu here. As you can see, I'm already logged in, got my account details. Simply click the pre-race download file, and from here you've got the option of downloading archive files. Today's file is in the main section in the front here. So simply clicking this button will start the download process for you. Once the file's downloaded, you're presented with, as always, all the separate races for that day on tabs down the bottom, depending how many races you may need to scroll and depending on your setup of your Excel. And it always lands on the combined tab. So you have all the races, all the horses running today with all their history on that one tab. Now what I'm going to do is show you what we've added in. We've had 2 separate requests for this. So it's something we've taken seriously and we've acted quite quickly to add this data in. I'm just going to apply a couple of filters to the top, and then I'm just going to freeze the panes to the horse and the top row, so we can scroll. It's not worked, is it? There's a split on there. Let me take that split off. There we go. So we can scroll to the right and we can scroll up and down. So I'm going to take you to the right hand side here, maintaining the detail on the left. So recently we added in the days since last run, whether the horse was a course and distance winner, no or yes. What we've added in now are these 6 additional columns. So we have class plus or minus, so that shows where a horse which is running, whether it's stepped up in class or down where it's a minus. Its official rating, whether that's gone up or down. Obviously a minus shows that it's dropped from its previous race, and it shows how many times, not just whether it's a course and distance winner, but how many times that horse has won in previous races at the course it's running at today or on that specific day that you're looking at on the line. And again with distance, how many times previously this horse or the horse you want to look at using the filters has won at the distance it's running at for that race that you're looking at. On top of that, we've also added in the converted distance in furlongs because that's been requested, so you can see the distance of the race in pure furlongs. And also we've added in whether the horse is up in trip for the race we're looking at on each line. So you can see on the example I'm looking at here, Abel Tasman, it's on the race back in 2017. It went up from 1 mile 2 to 1 mile 3.5. And we've excluded, as we normally do, the half furlong for rounding. So if it previously ran at 1.3 and then ran at 1.3.5, we would still class that as a no. So it's not significant unless it's moving by a furlong or more. So what you can do with this data, again, let's just have a quick look, and I'm just going to unfreeze. Actually, I'm just going to filter on this and filter for today. And we can very quickly then start looking at horses where their official rating has increased or decreased. Obviously where we've got big swings is where the horse hasn't run for a long time, so it doesn't have a previous rating, or it's his first run, so it doesn't have a previous rating to factor against. So we can look at that as an option to see where horses have increased from the previous race. So if we just pick a random race, I'm just going to pick the 415. That's Sligo. So we've got here the list of the horses declared for the race. Actually, that's probably a bad example because Irish racing isn't classified. So let's pick another one. Let's go to the one before, which I was going to do anyway, which is the 410 at Wolverhampton. You can see there the horses that have gone up in class from the previous race, or as in the case of the top horse Final Voyage, it's actually dropped from a class 1 to a class 3 for this race. Now if we want to double check that, I'm just going to highlight that line 3246, take these filters off, and I can just use the arrow down. That takes me back to that horse. So this is the race that we were looking at there today, and you can see it's running in a class 3. Previous race at Newcastle was a class 1. Let's just rewind back to how we had that. So that's why we're seeing that -2 against Final Voyage in the new column class drop, and all these other ones are going up in class. The official rating, so you can see, as I said, whether it's an increase or decrease from their previous race if they have raced before. And then you can see how many times a horse has won at the course it's running at. So Wolverhampton Final Voyage has won three times over this course, and 3 times over the distance of a mile or 1.5 miles. Today's trip in distance, in furlongs, sorry, and then whether that horse is up in trip, so it's running at a longer race than its previous, and only one of them is. So more strings to your bow. I hope you find that additional information useful. It's been requested by a couple of members, and continue to keep those requests coming, which we will accommodate where possible.